help struggling or transitioning naturals to maintain their hair through protective styles. Protective styles is braids, twists, faux locks, crochet, and I help struggling or transitioning naturals to maintain their hair through
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So let me just show you a really short clip before I continue. Just a really short clip on some of the styles that I did. It's okay. Let me share my screen real quick. Uh-oh. That's not that. Oh, okay, here it is.
Got it.
Natalie, take it off full screen first, then share your screen.
There was something wrong with the audio?
Before you put it in full screen, share your screen first and then put it in full screen.
It says break.
Okay, so share my screen. Share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing. And then what?
Are you sharing it in? There you go. Okay, we see it now.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry about the audio quality. But yeah,
Watson. Yeah, it just the light is on to say break, like your parking brake on, but it's not.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So, I also help people with tips on how to maintain their natural hair during their protective styling and afterwards. So I do offer also natural hair services like wash, deep condition, steam, bantu knots, twists, etc. Okay, I also offer bridal hair artistry as well as makeup artistry for bridal services. So I'm gonna share a little bit of some of my bridal pictures that I did. Okay, not this one. Right here, okay. Here's one. So we can hear you. Okay, all right, that was the bridal. Okay, so I also create head wraps or hair wraps like this one here on my head. I go to my Instagram name for the head wraps is called Cultivated Crown. So I get the fabric from African market right here in the Bronx. I buy the fabric, I cut it, I hand sew the edges, and I sell it online. My online shop is on Etsy. My head wrap shop is on Etsy, and I also offer accessories to go with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the shop real quick. Hannah, were you able to see the pictures when I shared before? I mean, not Hannah, Daphne.
Yes.
You saw the pictures? Okay.
Yes. It was clear. Everything was clear.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so here's the Etsy shop. Head wraps, accessories, earrings, bracelets, necklaces. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's the shop. It's on Etsy. And head wraps are a form of protective styling also, because sometimes as natural people with natural hair, we always have struggles, either a bad hair day, or your hair didn't dry in time, or you don't want to take out your twist yet because then you got to retwist it, or just a whole bunch of struggles. So all you got to do is wrap it up. But I find that sometimes it's hard for people to, not hard, but they need a little help, a little bit of tips to help wrap their hair. So I do offer tips and live tutorials. I hosted 2 head wrap parties, one last February and one this past February. So my last clip I'm gonna show is a video of last year's head wrap party. I hope the audio is okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know if it's not okay. Maybe I'll send it to someone else and they could share. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Okay, here it is.
You on mute, hon. You on mute. Natalie, you on mute.
I don't know how I got muted again. I'm sorry. You guys hear me?
We didn't
Okay.
hear you. No, we didn't hear you. No.
Okay, so yeah, that was the clip from the last wrap party I did last year, and I hosted this past month, and in the coming months, I'm going to be offering one-on-one head wrap live tutorials, as well as private wrap parties. Like if you just want to have you and your group of friends, maybe like 6 to 10 people, have a wrap party, and I'll be offering that as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. Happy to be here. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At least you put your website and your Instagram in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Natalie. We're still struggling with that Zoom and those type of things. Uh, so just continue to be kind. Um, Now we have another vendor. Now, before I continue, please, I would really appreciate that if everybody can put themselves on mute, because that gives a lot of feedback. So you check the little mic, see if you're on mute. If you're not, please mute yourself until you are about to talk or you have something else to say. That would really, really, really be helpful. Thank you. That's one, and we have a couple of others. And then Natalie already shared her links with us on the on the chat. So all the information to find her is already available in there. So just bear in mind, please, you are. Then this meeting is being recorded, so you don't want to, to talk about brake and cars while we're going through this thing. And definitely put yourself on mute, okay? Great, great, great. Now we have another vendor, and it's Clara. Clara, she is, I would say, a cake artist, and not only an artist, but yes, her cake tastes really good. Anyway, before I say anything else and start wanting to eat some cake, let's hear about Clara and her business.
You ready?
Yes. Okay, I can share, right? I have sharing capabilities.
Give me 1 second. Yep, you should now.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Clara Sudre. I am the owner of Clara Jane's Cakes. I've been baking since I could remember, but professionally for almost over 8 years. I've always wanted to have my own business, but in the meantime, I provided a lot of my cakes for friends and family and for their friends and their family. So working for a commercial bakery, I also would do my own work on the side. And one day my boss asked me if I would sell my cakes at his store. And that's when I knew I just had to start my own business. So during a little bit before the pandemic, I was starting to pick up clientele. And then sadly, the pandemic hit and all outdoor selling vendors, it kind of halted. So I thought about people graduating. I thought about people who maybe needed a little bit of sweets for comfort. And so I created my Instagram page for that, Clara Jane's Cakes, and the word got out. And so I would create graduation cupcakes for people here and there. So while I talk about some of my work, I'm going to show you some pictures. Let me see if I can open this up. Okay. So yeah, so these are the graduation cupcakes that I would make for the graduating class of 2020 who wasn't able to graduate with their class. So friends would order and family would order for their loved ones who are graduating, and they would be able to surprise them with a little graduation sweet gift. I do different kinds of cakes. I do drip cakes, I do wedding cakes. This particular one was a gluten-free cake for a couple who was gluten intolerant. It was my first gluten-free cake, but getting to make it and seeing how they reacted, I decided to add it also as an option for people who can't have gluten. I do different designs. So this is a gender reveal cake that I did for a couple who was having a surprise baby boy. So when they cut inside, blue marbled candies came out. So this is a new product that I am currently selling. They are my cake boxes. I thought about this because of how easy it is to just have it as party favors, gifts for people, or at a wedding, instead of having to cut a whole bunch of cake for everybody. Everybody could get their individual cake boxes, and there's different flavors. So this is something that I've started selling also on my website, and it's been a huge hit. They're not huge. They're not too tiny either. They're about the size of 2 cupcakes. And so a lot of people like them because if they don't want to indulge in a huge piece of cake, they can just eat some, put the lid back on, and come back and eat it whenever they want. So I'm selling currently of different flavors that people can choose from, red velvet being one of the favorites at the moment. I also, let me see, share this video. I also currently started selling something that has been a huge hit, which is Hennessy pineapple upside down cake. And when I
think I want you anymore. Surround, want me, and I want you to be my one and all, my one and only.
So when I uploaded this, I was not expecting the reaction that I got to it. And I just made it for fun, but people started inquiring for it a lot. So I decided to start selling this as well, just for people who like something a little bit more alcoholic in their desserts. So you can get a Hennessy pineapple upside down cake as well. I have been in New York for almost a year now. I recently moved out here. So I'm getting familiar with new clientele, meeting new people like this event, this beautiful event that we're having tonight. So I will link my website and my Instagram below, and you guys can check it out if you would like. I am in Brooklyn, but I do deliver to all the boroughs, and I also ship some of my products. So yeah.
We know, and it tasted
We
really
we
good.
know because we tasted it. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, we're based in Virginia, so you see, it can make the trip. And they came very, very nicely. They were not mushy or anything ugly at all, as beautiful as it is in the picture. All right, you know what? That's much commercial I can do. You owe me cake for that as well.
I have to put someone out there. Clara, if you look at Nancy, that is my mother. She was smiling the whole time when you were showing her. And when you said Brooklyn, she was like,
Oh, oh, that's great.
you definitely have a new customer.
All right, thank you very much, Clara, and we welcome you as well to the family, to Brooklyn. I don't know, I'm not in Brooklyn anymore. What am I saying? Never mind. Yes. Now we have another vendor that is coming on. This is really a wonderful event. Let's continue. We have Lori Harrell, and we'll be talking about independent paparazzi consultant. Is that correct? Did I say that right? Don't want to mess up. And Lori,
Yes, you did.
before you start talking, let me just put you in the pin there for people to see you. Excellent. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Lori Harrell. I live in Virginia on the Eastern Shore, and I am an independent paparazzi consultant. Um, I love all your beautiful um, clothes and hair wraps and that pineapple Hennessy. I'm going to be trying that real soon. So, I just have a few pieces to show. I didn't have any pictures or anything like that, but I have a few pieces of jewelry to show just to give you an example of what we do have. So, like, everything that we do have is $5. So, like, we have these earrings here. I have several pair of earrings out. I don't know why, but I have earrings here. Then I have this beautiful necklace here. It's a beautiful blue necklace. And all of the necklaces, they have complimentary earrings that come with it. Then I have this pretty ring, and if you look at it, it has the iridescent look to it. So I also have what we have is Fashion Fix. I have 2 sets behind me. And all of our Fashion Fix have 5 pieces. You have necklace, bracelet, earrings, and actually you have 2 pairs of earrings because, like I said, each necklace comes with earrings. So my little helper here, This one is actually a 2 necklace set. It has the stones there, and then you have that little choker there, so you don't have to wear them together, but that's just that look if you do wear them together. And then you have the complimentary earrings with it, and you also have these earrings to go with that set. And along with that set comes the beautiful bracelet, and it's a stretchy bracelet. So that's one of our Fashion Fix sets that I have out. Then I had a second set, and I will put my website in the comments. This is another set. It's silver, beautiful, different interlocking shapes there. These are the complimentary earrings with that. And here's the bracelet for that set. And then that has that ring. So like I said, that's just an example of some of the pieces that we have. And we do also have Z collection. I didn't pull any of those out, but those normally cost $25. So like I said, I'm going to put my page in my link to my website in the comments. And if you see anything you like, just feel free to contact me. I'm also on Facebook as Jersey Girl Sparkle and Bling.
All right. Lori,
Thank
I
you,
think
Lori.
Tanya has a question for you, so I'm going to unmute Tanya.
Lori, I promise this is not about cars or brakes. I was wondering the price for the Fashion Fix sets. Is that what you were saying was $25, or was that the Z set? But it was $25.
The Z pieces are $25. The Fashion Fix sets are $20. But you can you don't have to get the whole complete set, or you could get each individual piece for $5.
Okay, thank you, Lori. All right.
You're welcome.
And you can put your link in the chat, okay?
Okay, will do.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you very much for having the Eastern Shore with us. It's a beautiful thing. Wonderful thing that, very, okay, sisters can be bedazzled. Very, I will not name the price. I see that Lennon is smiling. So yeah, anyway, you have the idea, okay? So thank you very much, Lori, for that really wonderful brief introduction. And now we have another vendor that is coming, and he does wedding plannings and event planning as well.
Those smell delicious.
You could go ahead, finish.
Yes. So, yes, go ahead. After we'll introduce him. His name is Mac Cock. He's a family member and an amazing guy, a bundle of energy, and a very, I don't know, this guy is amazing at what he does. So, well,
sorry, my mother first. So sorry, James.
Really, dude? After that introduction? All right. So, and if that's the case, now we have another amazing person. Well, his mother, of course. It takes one to know one, to do one, too. Medina. She has Medina Body Care. She has been selling products. Well, you know what? Let's just Medina. Let me just pin you, and then you can take it over.
Medina Odaneno?
No, let me see what's going on here.
Umet ahead, Komasi.
I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Computer, I don't know. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good evening. My name is Margaret Medina. I'm a skincare formulator, and I started making candles, soap, and skincare since 2007. And I came to that because I was having problem with my skin. Everything that I use then go with me, even though I use Clinique, Lancome, whatever. And then so I stopped using soap on my face, period. And then it come when I start making candle, and I went to school and then about skincare, and I stopped making my own soap. And when I use them, nothing happened. So that's when I find out that the product that's in the commercial soap, there was one ingredient that I was allergic with. And then since then, I stopped diving myself, making beautiful skincare for all skin type, for people out there. So I'm more focused now on making like natural product using herb. And it's since I've been growing up when I was a child back home, and I know a lot about herb, so I use herb to make my product, herb that I think that can be benefit to my customer. Besides skincare, I also provide some type of help like food reflexology. So some people don't know about foot reflexology. So why some people will need a foot reflexology? Because when you do a foot reflexology, that's a promote not only relaxation, but that can promote the healing process in your body for whatever, because you've been working on the reflex point of your organ in the body. So whatever issue that you have, when you touch that point, and then you're gonna feel a reaction right there. So I take pleasure in that. Since that can benefit people, it's a pleasure for me to practice foot reflexology. I don't have any picture to show you right now, but I can give you a link to my website. So I'm working on it. It's still in the process. It takes time because between my work and my ministry and making the product, because it takes a lot of time to make your own product. So you have to analyze it. I don't know. Can you hear me? Because something is working right there. You can hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because before I come up with an ingredient, so I know. So I have to search how that gonna benefit my customer. Why do I need to put this? Say like I'm making a sage soap. Why? How's sage gonna help my customer? What's a good? What's the property? What's the benefit? I need to study that. But will there be a side effect for people who using that? Because some people may allergic with that herb. So I need to find out why I can put on it to balance something for the skin type. Will that herb make the skin drier, more moisturizer? So I need to do all of that research before I put a product out there. And I also have product for the facial, like your eyes. So when people have like under your eyes, it's inflamed or it's dark, thing like that, I make such product. I use ingredient that can help with that. And I can also, in the chat, if you want to put a link to my website so you can read about certain ingredients. So everything that you need for your skin, from soap to facial serum, gel serum, brightening oil for the eyes, a scrub for the face, and everything. Like if you have dark mark in your face, and then you go there, I have everything there for you. I wasn't even like really prepared for that. I don't have a lot of things to say and to show you, but I can share the link with my website with you. And thank you for inviting me, even though I was invited late to this event tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for being there, Medina. We appreciate you, Boo. Thank you very much. And she is her product is also on her website. She has a website and she's been having great reviews. She has been doing that for a good time. And I have tried many of her product as well. My favorite is the oatmeal soap. I like the oatmeal and the chocolate soap. I don't know for the chocolate soap. I don't know if I should eat it or shower with it. So, but we'll find out. So don't forget to put ourselves on mute to make sure that there's no feedback. If you finish talking, mute yourself. Thank you very much. And now, without further ado, the guy I introduced before, I'm not going to repeat everything I say, but we had his mother, amazing person. Then we get the guy. We call him AKA the Flash. We'll hear about him.
Okay. All right. Okay, James. Thank you. Hi, everybody. How you doing? So my name is McGiffany Coke. I am a wedding planner / day of coordinator for weddings. I have made this official as of the beginning of last year, but I've honestly been doing it for the past 4 to 5 years, planning weddings, and I've been planning parties for the past 8-9 years. I've been doing this mostly because of my mother. She was also a wedding planner, and she also planned events and parties as well in the past. So growing up with her and these events of being around her, it sort of rubbed off on me, and I tend to like it myself. So I've recently grown into this passion. I'm wanting to make it a personal business of mine. My business is called Mr. Coke Planning. I am on Instagram. I do have a website, and I recently just joined Wedding Wire as well to expand out to more people. Right now, I will share with you some of the work that I've done and what else do I offer as well. If you just give me one moment. Okay, so while I share these photos, I have a few photos I will speak while I'm sharing them. So this is me. Let's see here. Okay, so this is one of what I do. So when I do wedding planning and I do day of coordination, I tend to work the day of. I prefer to work morning to end because I want to make sure I'm there for anything that happens or occur. Make sure everything's on time, everything rolls well. I do work with appliances just in case there's a wardrobe malfunction. I can assist. I try to offer that as well. I have several vendors under my list that I do request to work with. So I know I have a team on hand if needed.
We don't see anything. It's a black
you don't
screen.
see nothing? Oh, give me 1 second. How about now?
It's good. It's good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'll start with this one instead. So over here, I show this picture to show you that this was my wedding that I planned. When I planned my wedding, I had 275 people attending. So size is not a problem for me, to be honest, with planning a wedding. Neither is the size of the bridal party as well. I do make sure that everything is on time and everything is achieved to the greatest potential possible, that the client can get everything that they do look for today. I do also offer MCing as well. I do offer that separately. If they don't want me to have me as a planner or dev coordinator, I do offer MCing for weddings, for anniversaries, for showers, for any event in general. I offer that. Decorations, I do help with giving ideas for, and I do have clients, vendors who can decorate and do floral decorations as well. This was another wedding that I had also with the MC for, and I planned it as well. Last year, I did a total of 4 weddings last year, and I have 4 that I'm doing this year as well so far. This was another one that I've done. I do know certain locations, certain venues that I do know that I've worked with several times so far. I have been in communication with them, and they are aware of who I am, and they tend to work with me dealing with like pricing or dates, whatever. They tend to be more flexible because I've built a relationship with them. This is the other one that I wanted to show you. I will show it right now. Here you go. So this was the one I was talking about where I do the whole wardrobe situation where I tend to be there just in case something happens. So if there's like a rip in the suit or whatever, a button falls off, I can like sew it. I'm there I tend to also offer to be there for the gentlemen in their room when they're getting ready to put the boutonniere on for them, because that's one of the biggest issues sometimes for weddings where the guy doesn't know how to put on the boutonnieres. And so I am there to assist them with that. As well as table decorations again. We do also offer printout for menus as well, if needed. If you like to print out a menu for your party or event, wedding, we tend to offer that as well. And this is also decoration that I helped doing with the arc, the setup and everything with the lights. As you can see, we have sort of a trademark already. Like most of them that the clients like to request from me, like the vases with the glass of water, with the lights in the front of the table. We tend to have that as well as a regular. Another emceeing event that I was working at once more. I do reach out to Brooklyn, New Jersey, South Jersey, and Philadelphia currently is where I reach out to in both areas. In all these areas, traveling is not an issue for me. I do have several packages where I do offer to be flexible with my clients. I do as well also, in addition to that, I do engagements where if the groom would like me to assist him with his engagement and like planning it, coordinating it, making sure that everything is set up and decorated on time, or ideas or locations that they would want to like get for permits, whatever, at parks, whatever, I do help with searching for that as well. And I just included as well in my planning baby showers as well. So yes, this is all that I have and do, and I will attach my information inside the Instagram and website. And I think if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, I can leave my number as well, or my email. You can just contact me with any question that you ask or towards my business and what I do, and I have no mind answering them.
All right, thank you, Mac. Thank you very much, Uncle Mac. Daphne has a question.
So, since you are the Flash, how quick do you fix the reception? In 1 or 2 minutes? How does it go?
Hard, very funny. But
you know, I had to pull your leg. I had to.
So I mean, now that you asked that to me, I do. So they say I'm the Flash. They're jokingly saying that because they know me for a long time. I do move quickly. Even in speaking, I tend to speak fast. I try to slow my speech down because I tend to have a problem speaking quick. But when I do work, yes, I do work efficiently. I do not like wasting time when I work. I like to do things as quick as possible and efficient as possible. That way we have more time for areas that need concern. So in setting up, sometimes I try to, depending on what it is, if I know everything is already, I try to finish all the setup within at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes or so, max, if anything. So, yes.
And we know you can. We know.
She's in more. And all right. If there's no more question, then we appreciate you. Thank you, Mac, for coming. Wedding by Mr. Clark. We appreciate that. Daphne, your hands is still up. I don't know if you still have something to say. But you know what? What would be this event without a little bit of education, right? It's education that binds us. It makes us really enable us to talk, to communicate with one another, to appreciate one another as well. So here we have the part of education that is not really the last, but I think it's one of the best part that we save for last. Rise to Haitian Creole. They have been in the business for quite some time. They have amazing things to share with us. And I believe it's Eunice that is the voice tonight, right? All right, so Eunice, you can take the line. Let me spotlight you.
Thank you, James, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Eunice Dominique from Rise to Haitian Creole. We're a small company that focuses on Haitian Creole fluency and accelerating you to that. We focus on two things, the classes that we give, which are there to help with grammar, pronunciation, and especially writing as well, and improving our listening skills. The other thing is that we make content materials, because if you ever look around, there are very few learning materials for Haitian Creole for people who are past that beginner stage and who aren't at that native level yet. There's nothing to bridge that gap. So that's where we come in. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. And I'm going to click present. Sorry, I just want to. Can everyone, there we go. Can everyone see? All right. So wait, can everyone see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, this might be moving a little slow, but hopefully it doesn't. A little disgusting. Technical difficulties today. All right, there we go. Are you said we are? So basically, how can a Creole class help you? I think the predominant nationality of people here are Haitian. And you're like, my business class on Creole, my is on parler Creole. But let's be honest, how many of us can actually write correctly in Creole? How many of us know the orthography in Creole? How many of us can put together a grammatical sentence in Creole? Don't need to call people out, but we know that's what it is. Either you're an older Haitian who did not go to school.
You don't got to be talking about me like that. I don't like that.
Daphne, I named no names. But yeah, like either you went to school in Haiti and you learned in French because, French colonialism, or you were born here and you grew up with Haitian parents, you heard Creole, and at the meetings maybe you're of that age where you had meetings in Creole, but if you kind of just only go by the book. If you're trying to have a real conversation with somebody, like an older Haitian, you could kind of hold your own, but your sentences sound super American. Like, think about how many Haitian proverbs you know. Think about how well you be able to understand. Older Haitians really get all the references that they're making. Our classes are specifically crafted for people like that. Of course, we help a lot of people who don't speak Creole go from beginner to intermediate or intermediate to advanced, and that's very rewarding. But I think even Haitians as a community need that. We also work with children. So the children of Haitian parents as well, because just because you're Haitian and you're a parent, that doesn't mean you know how to teach your kids or have the patience for it. It's not always a requirement. Additional help is always nice. And then a lot of parents that we've worked with, it's made it actually a lot easier for them to encourage their kids to speak Creole at home and speak Creole with their children at home. So basically a Creole class would be good for anyone, even if it's just for a short period of time. Same thing for our materials. So how do we go about this? Each person's schedule is different, but we focus on these three things. Grammar pronunciation lessons, which are usually from 30 minutes to an hour. And we usually do that every week. Instead of doing a textbook, what I like to do is kind of start with a conversation or whatever the person's interested in. And our grammar lessons and pronunciation are based off of the mistakes that they make. Because if you ever think about how language is taught in school, how much of it do you actually remember from doing those conjugations and other things like that? If they're not put in context, you're not going to remember them. So we try to make it interesting for the student, and it's based off of, what they're interested in. The other thing that we do are 15 to 30-minute conversations. If you're doing our boot camp package, which we always recommend for your first month with us, those conversations are every day, 5 days a week, of 15 minutes, and you get to speak to a true native Haitian speaker. I do not claim to be full-blown native. I'm a Tibla. But we have someone else who speaks better Creole and is a true native and doesn't speak much English. So then that way we can't use English as a crutch. You really have to just work on expressing yourself in Creole. And on top of that, you get kind of like a treasure trove if you don't have access to a Haitian grandma or an older Haitian person to talk to. It's really good. You get some nice insight. What was it like when Duvalier was there? What was school like? Things like that. And then finally, our intensive writing classes. We like doing these because, especially I know for me, when I started to try to be more serious about Creole, it was really hard to think on my own in Creole. Because I used to just think in English and then translate what I was trying to say into Creole, which can be really hard sometimes. And I've had that, where I think I was trying to do a return visit and the girl looked at me like, I don't understand your question. And it took me a few times to tell her, because Creole words were coming out my mouth. Grammatically, it all made sense, but speaking Creole is different. You have to be in the mindset of a Haitian person. Like, for example, the language is very based on word pictures. You need to create a picture in the person's mind to really, hit their heart sometimes. And our classes really help on putting yourself in, a true Haitian mindset as if, you're in Haiti, especially since right now, due to circumstances, we can't just go to Haiti and submerge ourselves. So those are the things that we offer as far as classes. We do different packages based on what you need. And then this is what we usually use. We usually use Google Classroom to store everything. And this is what you get at the end of each lesson. So we record all of our lessons. And then after recording them, we upload them to Google Classroom. We give you a summary of what we talked about, any of the material that we talked about, additional videos and stuff to look at during the week until the next class. And you get this after every single class. And we'll get to that in a minute. Actually, no, we can do it later now. So one of my favorite things that we're working on and offering right now are preserving the culture of Haiti. As we get older, unfortunately, certain cool things about Haitian culture are kind of dying with the older generation. I think today's generation, like how many people, I think us older ones know about like Langue Chat, Moïse. And if you want to get the flavor of the language, like being able to understand you kind of put you on a great upper leg. I actually want to share a clip from this one because we've been basically writing transcripts for some of these notes because someone who's at the intermediate level will listen to this and like, I have no idea what he said, especially since Langue Chat can give Mac a run for his money with how fast he talks. So we try to make it accessible to people who don't yet have the level to be able to, consume this on their own. So I'll give you guys an example. Great, music stopped. I'm gonna play this link from Langue Chat. I slowed it down to 0.75 speed because at regular speed, it's rough. So I'm gonna play the part and then after that we can talk a bit more about it. Some of you guys might be familiar.
Puis français, on parlait de littérature comme ça. Et puis il y a une neuf mesdames qui approche côté Titine. Il dit, et toi, quel est ton auteur préféré? Titine fait ça. Titine regarde, Titine dit, 1m60. Oh, là, attendez ça. Ce Titine est mauvais. Oh, ce Titine est vexé. Pour être seul, toujours on instruit. Pour demander celle quel est ton auteur préféré, pour se répondre 1m60, ben 12 ans, c'est avec ça. Les réunions finies, tout le monde allait. Ah non, ça apparaît tout Titine. Il dit Titine, mais non, vous avez fait ça. Titine, ça me fait, qui est ça me fait là? On n'a pas les français, bagaille fait, mais berco. Titine dit, nous bagaille, mais oui. Je me demande quel est ton auteur préféré, elle dit 1m60, ça veut dire ça. Titine dit, ça vous t'a dit. Eh bien, ça vous t'a dit, attendez. Où est la bibliothèque là, là? Où est le paquet de livres ça? Où est sa bibliothèque? Chita la donne, prends le livre, gardez ouvert, le premier page, regardez, où est non auteur. Et puis mettez-le en tête, les demandez où est non auteur qu'on préfère. Titi dit, mais c'est ça. S'entendez, Titi fait toute semaine, l'Ichita devant la bibliothèque, tu vas pas. Il prend le livre, il commence à prendre note. Les dimanches matin arrivé, Titi ne paraît pour yo. Titi dit, me paraît pour yo. Il y a vu demander quel est ton auteur préféré encore. Titi ne connaît combien en forme. Réunion faite encore, tout le monde réuni, c'est parler français, c'est littérature. Et puis, on a dit l'autre, ça Titi ne répond. Et puis Titi même paraît pour yo. Et puis on a approché côté Titi. Il dit, et toi, et quel est ton auteur préféré? Titi dit, préface.
Eunice, you're muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So that was just, an example. This is one of my favorite ones to use. Took a while to transcribe this one, but it's because it's nice. Like I saw some of you guys already laughing and stuff like this, it should be shared. It shouldn't be only for, Numen Maïsien that can really understand that even at his regular speed. So that's one of the things that we really focus on. And we do sell this as a standalone product. We have a nice set of them and we do different themes. The Langue Chat teaching is part of education in Haiti theme. Something else that we have with it, if you guys know about Moïse Sixto, Qui Passe ou Faire, Le Directeur, another Langue Shot one, which kind of explore the educational system in Haiti and how that affects everyday things. So not only that, but what we do is that we want it to be a teaching moment. So at the bottom, you have footnotes to everything, like things that you would understand, like Darati, Soit Passé Point FSC, basically for if you're, working your way up to that, Bonjour Creole Haïtien. And then, of course, afterwards, we have some comprehension questions. And then we got into grammar. It's usually just one grammar point that we focus on and on structure and why we use things. Sometimes you use something and you're trying to help someone who speaks Creole, who's learning Creole, and you don't really know why we use what we use. So we usually have the explanation like that. And then finally, the cultural point. Like I said, our stuff are to make Haitian culture accessible to everyone, not just to people who are learning Creole, but people like me. I know this helped me a lot to kind of understand Creole more and Haitian culture more, because where we moved to on the Eastern Shore, it's a whole different world. It's not like Haitians in New York. So stuff like this, doing things like this helped a lot, and I just want to share that with people. That's about it with what we make. I just wanted to show another thing of like our materials for class. At the end of every class, you usually get like extensive notes, even if you're in a group class, pretty extensive notes. And then, yeah, that's it. So you can follow us on Instagram, lots of free stuff there, all educational material, but we keep it light, we keep it fun. And then please, if you want, join our newsletter. It doesn't cost anything. Our newsletters are definitely not like your basic newsletter that you put in your spam folder. It's actually our most popular thing. Most of the people who get it, they read it from like top to bottom. And there's something for everyone, whether a beginner, advanced, or like native Haitian, there's always cool things in there. And that's it. Our final thing is we have Poetry Night. We've been having this every few months. It's been a hit. It's been hosted by our very own James, because he's awesome when it comes to literature, poetry. I think you guys are familiar with him with that. Last time it was based on the immigrant experience with Felix Moisolewa. This month on the 20th at 7:30, we're talking about women and their experience. You guys don't know how difficult it was to find some poetry by some Haitian women. So we'd love to share that with you guys, talk about it, discuss it. It's always a great time. It's always a nice turnout, and we'd love to see you there. Thank you. Any questions?
How can I register for the newsletter?
Thank you for asking, James. I can put the link below. You can go on our website, www.ricetohaitiancreole.com, and I'll put the direct link in the chat to join our mailing list. Yeah. And then also, you can also just click the link in our Instagram bio as well. To register for the Poetry Night event, if you click the link in our bio for Instagram, you can register for it. But I'll put it directly here as well, in case you guys wanted to register for that. We're at Rice to Haitian Creole everywhere.
Okay. We have a question from.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Vazi. We have another question from. I think this is Thomas, Diane Thomas, I believe.
Yes, it's me. How much are the classes?
It depends. It honestly depends. What we like to do is we do a consultation first. It's free. About like 20 minutes just to figure out what you're looking for, what your areas of focus are, and what your schedule is like, how much time that you have. And then based off of that, we decide on a price. We don't really have like a set base price since we usually do packages. But yeah, I could send you the link to register for a consultation, and then we could talk about it there. Thank you.
We have another question from Alex. Unmute yourself, Alex.
I remember you said Haitian Creole is different. Could you give an example to show how Haitian Creole is different, let's say, from English or French, whatever?
I'll give, yeah, that's a great example. Let me just pull something up because I was working on some stuff for the newsletter. And there's something I saw and I wrote it down. 1 second. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Hopefully I wrote it. So I've been focusing on how Creole is very descriptive, like it's focused on imagery. So I was reading a short story, and in the end it says this: Dans la vie, c'est mais aller, mais vini, qui fait zami ta dire, kon sa tout c'est être ensemble qui rend la vie belle, qui fait richesse, bourgeonner petite. So one thing is the c'est mais aller, mais vini. It's a common Haitian proverb. And in just those, 4 words, it lets you know something about friendship, that's it's give and take. But also you can imagine the hands meeting together like this. Merci, James. Comme ça. So that's much better than saying, na la vie faut buy puis recevoir nos amis taille. Like that's what we would say. You must give and receive in English. But c'est mais aller mais venir. And then the last one, qui fait richesse, bourgeonner petite. With bourgeonner, that has to do with plants, flowering, blooming. But I like how it says bourgeonner petite. So it makes you have the imagery of, plants. If you ever look at plants, like where they'll pop and have like little, what they call pups, like baby plants that come from the mother plant, which is what they mean. So you have the big mother plant and then the little ones. So for a Haitian, like qui habitué avec la vie en dehors, qui compte planter, agriculture, automatically you say that, they start imagining that, and you get the point right away with very few words. So ma connaissance, for Alex, that's a good enough example.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I see. All right.
Well, if there's no more questions, Daphne has a question.
No, I don't have a question. I was just gonna do the recap.
Oh, well, I don't. Okay, that just so we have, then there's more things that Raise to Haitian Creole do. If you contact them, you can do. I know they have other businesses, venues as well that they did not talk about, but it's available for service as well. So now, yes, let's give it back to the author. Ahmed Soissontois. No, Daphne.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone that came today first. Second, I also want to thank all the vendors. You could see that there's a lot of talented young people that are out there, and I'm glad that we were able to meet together just to discuss what we offer. Again, I am going to show the book again. All right, A Light of Change. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's coming in Creole soon, and it will be in French hopefully next year. But Creole is coming in May. Okay. I also want to ask any of the vendors if they want to do a recap of anything that they missed or they forgot to say or anything like that. If any of you guys fit that, you can raise your hand and we'll let you talk. Let us know. Okay, Magiftany, all right. Go ahead, floor is yours.
Yeah, I'll be brief. It won't be long. And I'll talk slower this time. I wanted to mention as well that I do, as most people know, I do love dancing. I love it a lot. It's like in my blood. It's my life. But I do offer for Haitian couples especially, because sometimes you meet couples like one partner doesn't know how to dance compa. So I do offer lessons, and I do, the couples that I do teach the couple that doesn't know, either male or female, how to dance compa in time for their wedding, for their first dance or whatever they want to perform in. And I do offer also a slight choreography if they want to choreograph a dance or a surprise dance for their specific significant other.
Darn it, I got married 11 years ago. Darn it. You didn't offer that 11 years ago? No. Oh, Eunice, you have something you want to say too?
I think Eve could raise his hand because
Eve did? Okay.
Yeah, no, because what Mac just said spoke to him. That's all. Go ahead, Eve.
Oh. You could talk, Eunice. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No problem, Eve.
I was gonna ask you do it virtually.
Oh, you have a question for me?
Yeah.
Then do you do it virtually?
Oh, the choreographing or the teaching of the dancing?
Yes.
Actually, I can. Yes. If somebody needs to learn it virtually, I can teach it virtually. Not a problem.
Back off. Oh, and one more thing, I just wanted to shout out Natalie, if you guys wanted to see one of her raps in the wild. There we go. That was it.
All right. If Claude has something else.
Yes, because of good encouragement, I wanted to add also that it's interesting. We've moved 2 or 3 times, and many times as we've moved, we've seen that the apartments we've moved into have been very dirty. They haven't done a good job, like whether it's like pussy or spiders or things we saw. So that pushed us also on our free time to clean houses and businesses. So if you're in need of a business or of a house being clean, we're here, we're bonded and insured, and we're willing to travel. And we do a very thorough job. All our clients have been very happy with us. So if you're in need of a cleaning, let us know.
What's the name of the business?
It's Clean Chili.
That was gonna be my question. Clean
And do
shit.
you have a website or a link that you could put in the chat?
Yeah, we'll put it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, this has been a most successful event.
You have one more person.
James, you have one more person.
Oh, mes excuse. I sorry. Medina.
Mom, you have to unmute.
Yeah. Yes, I forgot to tell you guys, I also offer classes for soap making and skin care. Also, if interested, anybody who want to know how to make their own product, and then sometime I have my classes posted on my website or in Instagram. And so I'm available for any question. And then if you have any question too on the skin, so you can ask me. If you go to my website, you're gonna see a way, an email to ask me. And then also you can ask me on Instagram if you have any question about any problem about your skin. Thank you.
All right. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Everybody that were able to be there and that shared. As we can see here, we were about more than 20 people and 20 different businesses. We have other businesses as well. They decided not to talk about their business, but they also offer Sequoia, definitely the thing you used to do in Staten Island. What is that as well? So anyway, never mind that. We have other business women as well. We have many entrepreneurs. Some of them are coming up and they have businesses as well. We appreciate everybody that were here today, and we could not have done it without your presence. And thank you for coming. If there's questions, don't forget the chat is here for questions. And if you swap numbers for the links, or just in case, if you're ever in need of anybody else's that talk about their business or their services that they offer over here. So that's all, folks. Thank you for coming. If there's nothing else.
Thank you. I really enjoyed being here and seeing all the different businesses. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was very
Yes,
interesting, and this was very interesting and very informative, and I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. It was a wonderful event.
Thank you very much. Bon.
Yes, love the raps, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, raps.
I think my next thing is gonna be wraps and cakes. And
Yeah, very nice.
Wraps and cakes and poetry. Yeah, that's it. That's how.
What are you gonna rap?
Wait, so you're gonna have your head wrapped while eating
No,
cake
no,
at
no.
poetry night?
My wife has a head, and I have 2 little girls. So, 2 little girls, and my wife has a head. My head.
Yeah, that's true. Natalie, that should be an idea. Toddlers rap. All right. So
that would be
That's a good idea.
I think about it.
For baby shoes, that's so true.
I'm not gonna lie, because my girls got a
Good
lot of
idea.
Sometimes I
Good
don't want to
idea.
do it. So I rap Hannah's hair one time. We went to meeting.
And she looks so cute. She looks so cute.
And she looked cute in it.
So
Mommy and me raps. There it is.
So once again, I am definitely okay if you guys leave, but if you don't want to leave, it's fine. You can continue to chat as well. Ben moi, je vais partir.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.
Night, everyone.
Bye. Love you
Good
guys.
night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I didn't even know.
Okay, good night.
Love
Good
your
night.
sister. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
I'm proud of you, Daphne.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
And I'm sorry that I was talking.
Oh no, that's okay. We had a few technical difficulties.
Okay.
That was fine. I played.
Oh, has the recording stopped?
Yeah, hold on.